Hello, I am John Smith. I'm a conservative and a Trump supporter. I live in Washington State. I don't hate blacks, Mexicans, Muslims, women, gays, lesbians, transgenders, marijuana smokers, hitchhikers, or even Facebook moms wearing pussy hats. And neither does President Trump. What I want to tell you about is some email correspondence that I had with NeverTrumper Chris Vance. For those who don't know, Chris ran for U.S. Senate in Washington State as a Republican against Patty Murray, Democrat, in 2016. He was a proud and vociferous NeverTrumper. He lost by 18 points. 1 month from today, on April 25th, 2017, AM 770 KTTH in Seattle will host the next in their Freedom series of events, titled The First 100 Days. It will be a panel discussion at the Washington State History Museum in Tacoma. The panelists will be three NeverTrumpers and Lori Sotelo, the chairman of the King County Republican Party. So three people who find our president revolting will charge you between $20 and $100 so you can listen to them complain about our president. Chris Vance will be one of the NeverTrumper panelists. On October 14th, 3 weeks before the election, I emailed all the Republican candidates running proximate to my district. I sent them a simple question. Do you support our nominee, Donald Trump? And not will you vote for him, but do you support him? Of the 14 inquiries, only 4 emailed me back and 1 called. 9 of them ignored my question. It was a simple question. Chris Vance emailed me back and he engaged me. Here was his first response. Here is a cut and paste of my question at the bottom and his response in the upper part. Since it's long, I will paraphrase his message. I will not vote for president this year, he started off. He profoundly disagrees with Mr. Trump on all the major issues. Number 3, he, Trump, might not honor our treaty commitments. He might not defend NATO allies even if attacked. He will add $5 trillion to the debt by cutting taxes. He won't reform Social Security or Medicare. He will increase taxes on imports. He will start a trade war. He will torture prisoners and kill their families. He will spread nuclear weapons. He will silence journalists through libel law changes. And in addition, he sent me a link to a Slate.com article about Vladimir Putin has a plan for destroying the West, and it looks a lot like something. I never clicked on the link, but I really have to question the mental acuity of someone, of a person running for office, and a pretty high office on the Republican ticket, who sends a Republican constituent a Slate.com article. I'm not sure what would make him do that. I can't imagine that he would think it would be balanced. And frankly, I think it's all about a tie between Putin and Trump, of which we now know there has been no coordination or collusion. So again, Chris Vance's list of what Trump might, will, and won't do is the basis for allowing Hillary Clinton to become president. His principles demand that Hillary become president. Remember, according to Vance, he disagrees with Trump on all major issues. So let's see what President Trump has actually done as president. Not will, might, or won't, but actually done. This amounts to his executive orders, which are summarized here. Minimize the economic burden of Obamacare. Expedite approvals for infrastructure projects. Enhance border security. Temporarily suspend entry for 120 days from 7 nations. Executive branch, 5 years no lobbying, and lifetime for foreign government lobbying. He moved Black Colleges Initiative into the White House from the Education Department, ordered a review of the Clean Water Rule, ordered federal agencies to identify regulations which could be removed, various law enforcement and public safety initiatives. He established core principles for financial regulation, cut 2 regulations for every new one added, with the cost being offset. Construction of a wall at the southern border, end catch and release, strip grants to sanctuary cities, and hire 10,000 immigration officers. Remember, Chris Vance disagrees with Donald Trump on all major issues. Okay, here are 2 follow-up emails from Chris Vance to me. The one above the line and the one below the line are both from him. In the top one, you can see that he says, I disagree with Trump on virtually every major issue. He went to the trouble to bold it and to underline it. Then he asked me 2 questions. Would you ever vote for a Democrat? My answer is no. Would you vote for someone whom you completely disagree with just because they are running as a Republican? My answer to that is also no. And then 43 minutes later, he says, so as a citizen, you would vote for someone you disagree with just because of their party label? I can't do that. So at 4:53, party label is not important. But 43 minutes earlier at 4:10, party label was everything. It was critical. In fact, he would not vote for someone with a D after their name for president. So what I infer from this is that Chris Vance says a lot of things without really thinking them through. And I think that's what he's done here with this presidential election.
For both of you, what is the first website that you look at or open in the morning when you get up, and what is the last one you look at before you go to bed at night?
I look at all the websites that aggregate the news. I love realclearpolitics.com and the others that take all the various news stories together into one site where you can pick and choose what you need to read. The internet is a wonderful tool for finding the news online. So that's pretty much where I go.
Here's what I want you to know. I'm watching my grandchildren grow up in this world, and I want for them what you want for yours, that they get a good education, that they go to college if they want to, that they have health care and mental health care, that they dream their big dreams and be what they want to be.
Thank you, Senator Murray. I think you and I have shown how debate should be conducted, I think, during this campaign. I am very concerned that after all of this, the gridlock and dysfunction is just going to continue in Washington, D.C. But I'm equally concerned about giving Hillary Clinton a blank check rubber stamp Congress. I think we need independent voices in Washington, D.C. We can fix America's problems, but we cannot continue to accept politics as usual, excuses, and blind partisanship. And electing the same people year after year, decade after decade, will not change anything. If you want change, you've got to vote for change.